Hi, welcome to Viewpoints on. This is our third week on the air. We haven't got shut down yet. That's amazing. And, of course, my counterpart, Tim.
Hey.
There we go. And as always, we're going to start off the show with talking about Heroes, the last episode of this year, sadly.
Do you need tissues?
I don't have any tissues. I just use my sleeve,
Oh, okay.
So don't shake my hand. So, there you go. Write that down. So first off, your final impression of first this episode and the season.
He's going to kill me, but I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
We're trading roles today. I usually like almost every episode.
And Tim hates everything.
And
I actually stopped watching part of the season at the beginning.
Yeah.
And now I'm back in love with it.
Why?
And I'm going to stalk it. I'm going to stalk its MySpace.
Because of this episode?
Yes, just because of this episode.
Why?
Because I was right. But we'll get to that later.
All right. I didn't like it. Like, there's been so many things that, like, even you've hated a lot of stuff this season. Yeah. I've stuck with it. I said, you know what? It's going to get better. They're going to explain this all in the end. And it just never works. And, like, they get to this final episode, I'm just expecting something to happen, and nothing does. I mean, other than Nathan getting shot, spoiler, basically everything was just like, oh, this was going to happen.
So what didn't you like about it?
Just the fact that,
in less than 10 minutes.
I understand. I understand that, like, it wasn't supposed to be a season finale. But they said, like, after this episode, it'll basically be like a season finale either way.
Because of the writer's strike, if anyone didn't realize.
The other season finale opened up new doors. How Siler got away at the end of season 1. How Hero's back in time. They didn't really do that. I mean...
Well, they were rushed because of the writer's strike. I think this was the 11th episode, so it was supposed to end at the 12th episode.
Yeah.
So they had to rush to kind of fit... Instead of 2 episodes, they had 1 episode to sort of wrap everything up.
But
so
when they start the new one called Villains, yes. You expect something to happen to say, "Oh my God, I wonder where they're going to go with that." And all they do is give Siler his powers back. I mean, it doesn't really open up new doors or anything. But the real point that I hated was Noah Bennett coming back and saying, "Oh, I have this grand idea of how we're going to make things better. Let's act like I never died." That whole thing that just happened. Let's act like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it was like
it's
1
really
minute,
cheap.
So, well, yeah. Things I didn't like when they were in the basement of Primatech Paper, and Adam got his sword back, and him and Peter are walking down the hallway. Adam's just killing people left and right, and Peter's just. And I just kept thinking, like, every time he killed someone's like, one more accessory to murder, another accessory to murder, another accessory to murder.
You're just chalking out all the years.
Yeah, Peter's going to have this huge rap sheet by the end of the episode. I didn't like that.
I just imagine him sitting in, like, an interrogation room, just being like, he told me we were going to save the world.
Yeah. Maya's reaction to Siler when she found out that he killed her brother.
Yeah.
It was almost identical to if anyone saw the Samuel L. Jackson version of Shaft.
Yeah, I saw that.
Peoples Hernandez, when they kill his brother, he comes out and he's like, "You killed my brother? You killed my brother?" And like, Maya did the perfect impersonation of that. And I just laughed my butt off because it was hilarious. And I was like, wow, was that supposed to be funny? So I didn't like that. And then the very end, spoiler warning, so pause it, fast forward if you need to. I warn people, you know. You know.
I don't care.
How Hero took care of Adam.
Yeah.
At first I liked it, and then I was like, wow, that's exactly how Alias ended.
Really? I never watched it.
The main villain of Alias, Arben Sloan, at the end of the series got the power to live forever.
Really?
And so the only way they could take care of him was he was in this underground lair. So they blew up the underground lair, and he was stuck under this pile of rubble for all of eternity.
So it seems like there's this love affair between Tim Kring and J.J. Abrams. Yeah. Where they're just trading things off, using each other as ideas.
Yeah, so I didn't like that, but it leaves it open to, you know...
Yeah, he could always come back. I mean, if he spends enough time sitting there scratching and stuff, or if he pulls that little 1-inch punch thing.
Well, plus it'll turn him insane, and we'll get like a Joker-type villain, you know, that
which would be really
he's
cool.
Going crazy because of that.
David Anders is such a great actor, he could really do a lot of things.
Those are the things I didn't like. A couple complaints I had was when they got to the vault, and he said, well, how am I supposed to open this? And he's like, well, use your brain. And obviously he didn't use his brain, because if he would have used his brain, he would have grabbed him by the hand and used DL's power to walk into the vault.
Did he ever actually come in contact with DL?
Yeah, because that's how he got Adam out of the prison, was he walked into his cell.
That's right, yeah.
So why didn't they just walk into the cell, grab the virus, and walk back out?
Yeah.
But they had to spend 2 minutes of him.
Yeah.
Nose bleeding, straining, opening that.
On those premises, you can off on a lot of things that happens in Heroes as to why Hero doesn't use his power a certain way.
So I didn't like that. I also didn't like how they didn't answer the fact that the Nightmare Man, Matt's dad, was supposed to be more evil than Sylar.
Yeah, and
but they took care of him in 2 episodes.
Yeah, he's been gone for a
while.
while.
And now Sylar is more evil than Sylar, or I don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
I guess they just forgot.
That was one of those things where I kept thinking, oh, by the end they're going to explain everything like that.
Yeah.
No, there's big logical fallacies in the show.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But things I did like, I liked the part where when I knew Nathan and Matt were going to fly, I just thought it would be hilarious if he had to carry Matt all the way to Texas. So I'm like, please let there be something funny. And of course, when they landed, Matt's like, oh, my back.
That actually takes me to my favorite quote. But let's throw on some quotes here. Oh, there's one. Look out.
Thank you.
There we go. Getting better aim there, Adrian.
There's a lot of quotes here.
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I'll go first. Right. What we got here? Got a little tiny one inside. We have one from Corrine from Riverside. Oh, that's a question. Well, I guess we'll go over his question first.
Go question first.
You got a question? I was like, I don't remember that. What's next for Micah and Monica, since Micah basically has no parents?
Well, I think the Batman and Robin type thing you suggested last week is an inevitability at this
I have
point.
a new one. It'd be amazing if they stole Oliver Twist and had a musical season with Micah as an orphan. Huh? Huh? No. All right. All right, quotes. Let's see here. Here's one. From Sandra from Riverside. You won't leave me, will you, Mr. Muggles?
And then he walks away.
I hate that dog. Yeah, Mr. Muggles just skitters away.
Just like everyone else in Claire's life. Well, Desiree in Washington, D.C., actually likes Sylar to Maya. You want to get rid of your powers? I want mine back. Once Suresh fixes me, I'll gladly take them off your hands. Very creepy. We knew he was going to do that anyway, but then he didn't. So, Corrine also has her favorite quote here was Mohinder and L. If it wasn't for you, Sylar would have slaughtered us all. We owe you our lives. And then she said, really? Cool. So that's, one of them. But mine, I liked when Adam got his sword back. I believe that's mine, cop.
Yeah.
And got his sword back, because you're just wondering when he's going to get his sword back. And then he lost his sword again. So
yeah, I like that he still calls him Carp after 400 years. It's a nice slap in the face. But actually, I have one more question here from Sandra from Riverside. When Peter incinerates the virus, it absorbs into his skin. What do you think will happen because of this?
Well, he has Claire's power, so it'll just take care of itself.
That's true, because Adam wasn't worried about it because he had that blood, so does he.
So he
should be fine.
Yep.
But she has a theory that says he'll spread the virus.
Well, that'd be cool. Maybe he'll go to Ireland first and kill that girl, and then we'll...
He and Mike can just have a big virus battle. Hey.
I like that.
All right, moving on. I found out something interesting about the writer's strike. Carson Daly has been hiring writers to have brand new shows. Now, his idea behind this was they're going to fire 75 of his non-strike workers if he doesn't go back to work. I think that that's not right. I mean, albeit it is Carson Daly, but I'm sure Carson Daly has the money to cover the non-strike workers, just like, what was it, Conan O'Brien did, Jay Leno did. Carson Daly should be able to do that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he should be obligated to, but I just think that, there's other ways to go about it. Yeah. Instead of breaking the strike line like that, that's a horrible thing to do. But we'll have more TV entertainment news in a moment, but first we're going to go to Corrine for reality TV news.
Careening out of control.